lot of investors follow Cathie Wood. Her ARK ETFs have been some of the best performing ETFs around for several years now. Some of those ETFs haven't performed quite as well this year, but over the last 5 years or so, they've been big winners. So let's talk about one of Cathie Wood's ETFs, the ARK Genomic Revolution ETF, which ticker there is ARKG, ARKG. So this is a healthcare ETF. Which do you think is the best stock in this Cathie Wood ETF to buy right now, and why?
Yeah, looking through the list, I think I only own one of them, Vertex Pharmaceuticals, ticker there's VRTX. I think it's a great value right now. It's well off its 52-week high, mostly due to one clinical trial failure for a phase 1 or 2 study, but they have a backup compound there, so for that same disease. So I think the reason for the decline was probably not necessary, and so that's why I think it's a good value right now. They definitely need to find their next growth driver beyond cystic fibrosis, but they're generating a lot of cash from the cystic fibrosis drugs that are multi-billion-dollar franchises, and so I think they have plenty of opportunity to grow from here. There are two that are on my watch list. Regeneron, ticker there is REGN. It's always looked expensive, but I noticed it's fallen back substantially from its 2020 highs, and so it's looking more appealing at this valuation. And then Twist Biosciences is also on my watch list. They're definitely not going to win any awards with their valuation, but it's an interesting company that's focused on creating DNA. So they're used mostly for researchers and biotech companies to make it. They can do it substantially cheaper, and then they're expanding into other areas, trying to create, use the DNA to then create antibodies. And then the biggest potential is to use DNA to actually store information. Basically, like a computer, the DNA is 4 different bases, and so you can use those 4 different bases to translate the computer data information into actual DNA, and then you can just put it in a freezer. And then if you need to read that DNA, you just come out and sequence it, and then you can read the DNA.